Hello, my loves, and welcome to this week's reading for Libra for the week of April 3rd, 2023. We also have a Libra full moon this week coming up the night of the 5th, and that is going to highlight our relationships in different ways for every sign. I kind of go over what spirit pulls for that intuitively in each reading. So I definitely recommend watching these for your rising and sun sign since they are general readings. That way you can kind of take what resonates and leave what doesn't for you. And as always, if you like what I post, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, or comment below. It definitely helps a lot and means a lot to me. Otherwise, let's get right into it for our Libras. Let's see what Spirit has for Libra for the week ahead, because I know you're going to be feeling this full moon. All right, what guidance Spirit has for our Libras. What do our little Libras need? Let's do one more shuffle. Okay, Libra. This is a strong one I'm feeling. All right, we have 8 accelerated motion. What is this all about? I'm going to pull another one with that. And then 2 spiritual union. So I feel like there's dramatic changes coming in your romantic life if you are coupled up with someone right now. I have the chills. I feel that you have been so burnt out from this relationship or waiting for things to change and waiting for things to be different. And I am feeling good shifts for you this week, Libra. So you've kind of gotten into this space where you have been ready to move away and move on from this. And literally my whole body is activated as I'm saying this. Just carrying the burden, feeling the overwhelm, not feeling good. And you're kind of going to be getting assistance this week. So finally feeling like things are changing, things are moving forward for you for the better, which also makes your relationships and unions better. Literally, I have the chills everywhere. So that's if you are partnered up. If you are single, you might be meeting a new connection this week, Libra. Really feeling flirty, fun, open to different people. There's definitely some nervous energy that comes along with that too, as I'm grasping my hands connected to our heart chakra. So a little nervousness when it comes to letting go and trusting these changes for either dynamic, right? So for those of us coupled up or single, that is kind of what is the big feeling this week. You are nervous to accept these changes, thinking it's probably too good to be true, or is this just going to not work out eventually? Is shit gonna hit the fan? So many different feelings you have around that. And with 2 spiritual union, this is a reminder that all of our relationships are a mirror for us to really do some deep diving in our work, right? We came here to learn about ourselves first and foremost and grow as souls. And this growth comes through our relationships more than anything. So what you have going on with your relationships that has really been testing you and pulling you and draining you has required you to go inward, has required you to really look at what's going on with yourself, right? Why did I go through this? Or like, do I feel like I've learned lessons here? Do I feel like these situations are going to repeat themselves? Or have I really learned what I feel like I needed to learn? If you're looking at these relationships you've been in, because this is definitely like yours is like heavily romantic for me. So if you're looking at like your whole, I want you to take like inventory, Libra, because this is not just the current dynamic you're in. I want you to take inventory of all of your past relationships, Libra. And I feel like you're writing this out. So maybe you're sitting down and you're journaling this, but literally like make a list of like all the impactful relationships that you've had and the lesson that you've taken from each one. And that is going to give you so much closure. I feel like my hips are activated. So there is some betrayal that you're still holding on to from past relationships, maybe even current for some of you. You're just carrying a lot. It's really been affecting you long term. So to really get clear about the different relationships you've been through and how they are affecting you, my body is very tense. I feel that you are extremely tense. You're holding on to a lot. You're not really moving through it. You're kind of distracting yourself in ways, which has been just like your way of coping. But it's really important for you to kind of do this practice this week, however that looks for you. Because then we have 1 prosperity begins. I love it. It's planting a seed. It is attracting all the things that you want. It's attracting that new foundation, that new future, and really feeling nurtured by your connections, feeling like life is abundant and good. So that's why I want you to go back. This week is about going back in the past. I just keep hearing that. If you want to move forward, you kind of have to look at these things. There's stuff that you're currently dealing with that you can't clearly see because of this. Does that make sense, Libra? All right, then we have 3 fertility, another very similar card to the prosperity begins. So some of us, this could be, I do see baby energy for some of us. So whether we have an infant or we are pregnant or we have a newer infant in our lives, our close circle, this is going to kind of open our heart chakra. This is going to really, I feel like this baby energy is really asking you to open up. And at the same time, you're like, no. And it's like, please. And you're just like, no, I don't want to do it. So you have this baggage and it's understandable. This stuff has really left its mark on you and you've had so many changes and challenges lately outside of those old wounds, but they're still kind of taking a lot of your energy, I'm hearing, Libra. Again, I have the chills for this whole goddamn reading. So that has kind of manifested into this discontent and boredom with where you currently are. You're tired of the same old shit. You're tired of things not changing. You're tired of lack of movement. But remember, we started with accelerated motion. So things are going to shift dramatically this week. It might be a little bit of like a breakdown energy coming up for you. So like I said, you're seeing shifts potentially coming up. You're questioning them. Is this really happening? Is this really going to be good? Is this just going to go back to the same old shit? Can I trust myself? Can I move forward in this direction? And just remember, like, you don't even really like where you've been. So it's time to lean into these changes. It's time to lean into what is to come for you, Libra, because like I said, where you're at has not been fulfilling. I'm going to pull one more for you. I'm feeling a little crazy. 5, emotional loss. This is kind of the energy that you've been in. You've been in grief. You've been in heartache, past, present, all of the above. So really loving, tending to yourself and not just kind of distracting through it. I feel like on paper, you're doing things that are like good for you. You're trying to take care of your body and stuff like that. But there's a bit of a disconnect with taking care of your emotional and mental well-being lately. So I want you to step away from the, like, don't work out and take care of your body, but step away from that and really get like super fucking honest with yourself about the past. And am I still holding on to shit, right? Like, what am I still holding on to and how is that serving me? So a lot of internal work this week. That'll be super fun. Yours was interesting. A lot of them were either like outside relationships or internal. And I feel like for Libra, you're getting both are just as significant this week. Is trusting the external changes is going to be impacted or received by doing the internal work on your relationship with yourself. Okay. So a lot of shifts this week, Libra. I hope that helps you for the week ahead. As always, if you like what I do, hit that like button, comment below, give me some feedback. If not, I will see you next week. Take care.